I'm Saúl Montiel, I'm a professional chef, and today I'm going to show you how to make delicious salsas. Salsa Fresca, Salsa Martajada, and Salsa Morita. Fresh salsa, char salsa, and cooked salsa. There is so many different kinds of salsas up there, all different from each other, from texture, color, spiciness. But these three salsas are the most common salsas in Mexico. Let's make some salsa. This is Salsa 101. The first salsa that I'm gonna make is gonna be salsa fresca. Salsa fresca means fresh salsa, and that means that we can use vegetables, fruit, but we need to keep them raw. You can puree them or you can dice them. In this case, I'm gonna do puree. I'm gonna use raw tomatillos. They're green. They are a little bit more on the bitter side than a regular tomato. It's very important to remove the husk out of the tomatillos. You don't want to blend this. This will be a very bitter flavor. This is your classic taquera salsa, the mild one. You can make this salsa without tomatillos if you can find this. These are very hard to find. So we'll do 3 tomatillos. When it comes to jalapeno, if you want this jalapeno to be extra spicy, you have to kind of rub it, kind of break the veins, so the jalapeno will be a little more spicy. But if you don't, just cut it in half. It's very hard to control the heat of any salsa, right? If the recipe says 3 jalapenos, you do 1. You puree them, you taste it, and then you find out if it needs another one. So half, then we're gonna do 1 garlic. Again, everything is raw. And I'm gonna do a little bit of onion. The reason why I'm using white onion, because to me it has a little mild onion flavor, and also when we puree this with the green stuff, it looks also nicer. Now lime. How do you know your lime is going to be juicy? It's by the surface of the skin. It has to be smooth. If you see a lot of like little holes and thicker skin and more greenier, it's going to be dry. But this is smooth, it's light green, it has a little bit of yellow. So this lime is going to be juicy. And you can also press them really hard. Now, why did I'm adding lime to this? Because I'm using avocados, so I don't want my avocados to oxidize. I don't want them to turn brown. Cilantro adds a nice, refreshed flavor to this. Now, I'm using the stamps and the leaves. The stamps are closer to the soil, to earth, so it's full of flavor. The last and main ingredient of this salsa, it's the avocado. The first thing that I'm looking for is where is the avocado from. I have really good experience from avocados from Michoacán, Mexico. So it has to be from Mexico. The stamp right here needs to be more on the yellow green side. The skin of the avocado has to be like a little rusty like this one, but dark brown without being black. This one looks perfect. When you're making salsa fresca, we want the avocado flavor to be 80% of the salsa. And then we want the tomatillo, the onion, the jalapeno, the cilantro, the lime to be part of the salsa. We're gonna do a little bit of salt, a little bit of water in the beginning. And then if we think it needs more, we'll add some more. And we're gonna start slow. It looks very buttery, creamy, fluffy, fresh. Again, this salsa can be for anything. The level of spiciness, it's there. It's mild. This is my mild salsa, so it's perfect. The salsa that we're about to make is going to be a medium heat salsa. I call it salsa martajada, which is a semi-crush, semi-blend salsa. The way how I prepare my salsa martajada is basically I char the vegetables. It will add this char, smoky flavor to my salsa, but also at the same time keeping the vegetables semi-raw. So it's like a really pleasant balance of salsa when you're eating it. So we're gonna start with the onion. The reason why I use red onion for this salsa is because it has a stronger onion flavor. I need a stronger flavor because the salsa is going to be spicier. I'm going to put more peppers. So when you put more spicy, you have to use stronger ingredients to balance up the spiciness too. I'm just going to remove the stems out of these jalapenos and do this to it. Then the tomatoes. These are Roma tomatoes. It's the classic way, but you can use any other red tomatoes. Okay, now the garlic. I'm not smashing this because I want to char them. I don't want this to burn. I'm gonna do 6 cloves of garlic. For this salsa, I'm also gonna use some fresh cilantro. I want this salsa to be really tasty and also colorful. I'm also gonna use some of the stumps. And now, the avocado. We're gonna dice it because I want chunks of avocado in my salsa. Our Dispense Plus is ready. Now we're gonna char the vegetables for our salsa martajada. And the reason why I'm using cast iron pan is because it holds heat for a longer time, and also it helps to char the vegetables the way it should be. And we're gonna start with the vegetable that takes longer to cook, which is onion, chef, onion. The neutral oil is going to help the vegetables get a better char and a little faster. We're starting with the red onion, and now the jalapeno and the tomatoes. This will probably take 10 to 15 minutes. It all depends on how these vegetables are becoming. We're gonna do a little bit more oil. So this is just turning. So we're going to throw some salt. It's going to help get the moist out of the vegetables. It's going to cook a little faster. And now we're going to throw our garlic. This will probably cook faster than the other one. So right now I'm just going to keep my eye on the garlic. I want the vegetables to be charred halfway without losing their shape and without cooking all the way through. So it looks like we're almost done. The onions are ready. So we're going to remove the onions and the garlic. Okay, this tomato, you see how sad it looks? That's ready. This is telling me, take me out of there. The name of the salsa is martajada. That means the tomatoes, the onions are crushed. It's no puree and it's no mash. It's something in between. We have our vegetables already cooled down. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna semi-puree them. So we're gonna do one jalapeno, then we'll leave these two the last, just in case if we need more heat. Because once the heat is here and already mixed it, there's no way how you can go back in time. See? Save these two just in case. Now we're gonna do a little bit of salt. I typically use molcajete, amoro and peso, but I don't have that today. But I have this food processor, which is gonna do almost the same job. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3. Oh, more, little more. Okay, that's perfect. You're gonna test this, see if it needs more salt, more heat. It's perfect. Medium heat is there without overpowering, and then I taste the char. It's kind of fresh at the same time, but char. Now, every salsa needs some kind of acidity. I have the acidity from the tomatoes, but I didn't put no lemon, so I'm gonna put red wine vinegar. And this is gonna brighten the flavor of all the vegetables. I'm gonna have that kick. And now we're gonna do a little bit of cilantro. Now, some avocado. This salsa looks amazing. It looks chunky without being too chunky. And I can see the avocados, I can see most of the ingredients. Let's see if it tastes as it looks. Little spicy. It's the medium salsa. The vinegar helps the salsa come up together. In texture wise, it's just on point. Scratch, but not being too over scratch. And it's delicious. Perfect salsa. This is the final salsa, Salsa Morita. The main pepper is the Morita. It's very similar to a chipotle. It has that kind of smoke element, but also spicy. But it's a medium spicy. So this is when the chile de árbol comes in, because this, it's spicy. So we're only using 2. A little bit of spicy and flavor, heat, and then also another kind of spicy, serranos. Serranos has that pepper, spicy flavor. And guajillo. Guajillo for 2 things, texture and color. It's gonna make it more red. My first step, cut my vegetables, deseed my guajillos, and then put on a tray and broil them. The reason why I use red onion for this is because, like I say, it has a stronger flavor. It will also help the balance of the heat. And then the tomatoes, serrano. Okay, so we have the garlic. I'm gonna add a little bit of neutral oil and some salt. The salt is gonna sweat them. My vegetables are broiling. In the meantime, I'm gonna work on my dry chilies. So I'm gonna start with the guajillos. We're gonna remove the stump. The reason why I'm removing the seeds, because the seeds of the guajillo, since it's a long pepper, it has bigger seeds and it has a lot of seed. We're gonna go low heat, medium heat, something in between. You're dealing with dry peppers, right? This is like paper because it's dry, so you can burn it really easy. And what happens when you burn it? They taste bitter. So this texture and color, Morita is the main chili. It adds smokiness flavor and spiciness. Spiciness of this is kind of a little bit sweet for some reason, because this is being dry, so it's nice and sweet. And now for spiciness, chile de árbol. So I'm going to bliss these peppers because I want the flavors to bloom. If you burn them, they will be bitter. So that's why you start with low heat. So basically I want to make sure everybody gets the same heat. This is a very quick process. Like you see here how easy it was almost burned. Even the color, look, the color is like waking up. This is ready. This is ready. this oil right here, I'm not gonna just toast it. I'm gonna save it because it has the chili oil flavor. Our vegetables are broiler. Our peppers are blister. All right, so I'm gonna start with the tomatoes. Again, the ingredients are very similar on all the salsas, but this is a little bit more complex because we're cooking it twice. We broil them and then we're gonna simmer it. I'm gonna put all the serranos here because this salsa is the spicy one. I'm gonna take the chili oil that was there. I don't like to waste. And then I'm gonna do all the chilies. A little bit of white vinegar. I want the salsa to last longer and also I want the vinegar to bring the flavors out of this even better. A little bit of water. The water is gonna help to blend all this together. A little bit of salt, even though I already put. Now we're going to puree this. That's it. Let's try it. Ay, ay, ay. I feel like it's gonna be too spicy. Ay, way. The consistency is perfect. Very similar to a mole. The spiciness, it's right on point. Almost a little too spicy. But here's the thing with this salsa. When you let it sit overnight and you eat it the next day, for some reason the heat level goes lower. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm going to sancochar the salsa. I'm gonna refry the salsa because this salsa has to be complex. And by cooking it on a medium heat, it will bring those flavors even stronger and deeper. I'm gonna do a little bit of oil. Shut the heat off. You see that little smoke? That's gonna add some smokiness. This process is adding another level of flavor. Now that our salsa is simmering, we're gonna do this for 15 minutes and then it's going to be ready. It's been 15 minutes. Our salsa is looking pretty good. The color already changed. It's darker. So that means it's gonna have a lot of flavor. The texture, it's right on point. It's smooth without being too dry. It will hold perfectly on a taco, on a tostada. I'm gonna let this cool down and then I'm gonna taste it. Just the complexity is so different from the other salsas. This salsa has the perfect consistency, the perfect level of spiciness for Salsa Morita. The color and the texture. It's just, we nailed it. All right, we made it. I just showed you how to make 3 different kinds of salsas. And if you learn how to make these salsas with every single different technique, you can become a salsa maestro or maestra. When I see these salsas, it reminds me of when you go to a taco stand or you go to a Mexican restaurant. Each salsa plays a different reason into your taco.